Real world effectiveness is real world effectiveness. We tested it on humans, and it's humans in the real world. That's clinical data. Just
Right.
to make a distinction. So there is a
Sure. No,
difference here.
there's a clear distinction. What I'm saying is, in both instances, like if we're talking about measuring neutralizing antibody response, that does not necessarily translate into clinical effectiveness or clinical efficacy in the sense that you're looking at one metric in a very one dimensional sense. But in fact, the immune response is a multi-dimensional entity, right? Like it has all of these different facets. So, especially when you're comparing different vaccination technologies, it's not enough to just focus on one measure. You have to look at a more comprehensive view to get a full picture of what's actually going on.
Right, because efficacy at the FDA right now is any desirable immune response at all. It can even have undesirable immune responses too. It's just a desirable rise in neutralizing antibodies. That's all they look for. That's all they care about.
In reality, with neutralizing response, there's a very good immunologist on the site who talks about Novavax, especially Michael Z. Lin, who says that neutralization is the worst case scenario, right? Like,
Right.
especially when you're looking at
It's the lowest bar.
right, it's the lowest bar, it's the worst case scenario for immune response, and it can sometimes look artificially low when you change. When there's antigenic shift, right? When you have further mutation, viral mutation, but there's other measures going on, especially with Novavax, because Novavax has these effector functions, right? Like this is a second order effect that doesn't really get appreciated enough in the comparisons between these vaccines because they're different technologies that have different parameters.